Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead. Um, Sorry about tonight again. Kind of like was really busy on doing things, but so tonight I had some things on my mind that I wanted to actually talk about, but I got caught up in being busy on certain things. So I'm gonna make it every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that would be a better time. Uh, you know, uh, you know, to get things going. So my question is, okay, why did um, Governor Moore Healy, State Representative Val Sylvia, State Representative Cal Fiola, and Senator Michael Rodrigues and Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren. Why did these people pass that $425, $425 billion? I'm sorry, $425, $425 billion to build a new homeless shelter. Okay, for the illegal aliens. Okay, when they could have been taking care of our people here, our homeless people and our homeless veterans. Okay, you know, that money could have been used for over here. Okay, instead of for the illegal aliens. Something. I know, I get it. Most of you guys don't want to, hear about it, but oh well. I mean, you know, this is Fall River Media. You know what I'm saying? News. And but I'm wondering why. You know what I'm saying? Because that $425 million, okay, could have helped the homeless people over here, the homeless veterans, okay, that are over here, okay, instead of uh spending it on illegal aliens, okay, and building new shelters for them. So again, Representative Alan Sylvia, Representative Cal Fiola, and Governor Healy, uh, and Senator Michael Rodrigues, and Senator Elizabeth Warren. Okay, these people, okay, supported them, the illegal aliens that don't belong in this country, okay, and build a hotel with taxpayers' money. The people in this country that work so hard for, okay, we work so hard for that money, okay. That's why we are wondering why that $425 million did not help our homeless and our homeless veterans over here. And it went towards the illegal aliens for a homeless shelter. And those people, okay, are not citizens of this country. That's our taxpayers' money. We're the ones that work hard for that money to support our people over here, not somebody or illegal aliens for $425 million. So, I mean, these people shouldn't be in office anymore. Okay, they shouldn't. Okay, um, they should be out of office. Okay, these people need to be voted out of office. Okay, they need to be voted out because of that $425 million that went to a homeless shelter for the illegal aliens. Why are these people are in office? They're supposed to be serving us, the people, the American people, not illegal aliens from other countries, and building shelters for them, spending $425 million on these people. That shouldn't even be happening at all. Okay? That shouldn't even be happening. Okay? This is important that you guys should be listening to this. It's very important because $425 million could have helped our homeless veterans and the homeless people. These people need places to go. I spoke to the homeless. And you know what I told them? I said, you set up a date. Let's go camp out in front of the city hall. And I'll advocate for you guys. Go camp out in front of the city hall. Okay? We have homeless people sleeping in doorways of business. We have homeless people sleeping in parks. Please listen to me. It's important. We have tents in woods. These people been sleeping out there in the cold, hungry, no place to go to take showers. Wow. And the governor, the mayor, the senator, state representative Alan Sylvia, and everybody sleeping in their warm bed and not caring two cents about these homeless people. Wow. And not caring 2 cents about them. And these people are sleeping out in the cold, sleeping in the woods, covering up with blankets. I talked to a lot of them. Okay? I talked to a lot of them. And I get it. Okay? Some of them have an addiction problem. Okay? Some of them do have addiction problems. And I know that, and some of them also have psychiatric problems too. Opioids, drug addiction, mental health issues. These people need help. And I don't understand why that the government is not helping these people out. Okay? Here they are, sleeping in their own beds, being nice and warm under a heater, having a gas stove, electric, and not caring anything in the world about the homeless people out there. That $425 million, okay, could have went a long ways to help them. Okay, instead of helping the illegal aliens and building a shelter for them and for their family. Some of these people don't have families. Okay? Some of them don't have families. Some of them come from broken homes. At least have the decency to help them. Those legal aliens that came into this country, they're not even citizens. They're not even our people. And I don't care. They're not even our people. Our people should come first. Alan Sylvia, State Representative Calfiola, Senator Michael Rodrigues, Senator Elizabeth Warren. You people need to put our people first. Never mind illegal aliens. Those people are not citizens of this country. Those people need to be deported. Okay? They need to go back where they came from. Okay? We don't have the money to keep supporting these people. That $425 million could have went a long ways to help our people out. Instead of building a shelter for the illegal aliens. We are the people. Taxpayers of this country. Hardworking. People that work 2 or 3 or 4 jobs to support their families. While you're out there supporting illegal aliens that's not even a citizen of this country. And building shelters for them. You people ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Wow. Unbelievable. You know? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Doing what you did was wrong. And supporting the illegal aliens, $425 million. That money, that $425 million, could have came a long ways to help out our citizens, to help out the homeless. Could have came a long ways. Wow. You guys something else. Wow. That could have came basically a long ways, you know? And, coming a long ways, imagine coming a long ways with that money. Unfortunate. That didn't even happen for our citizens. I mean, you know, that could have that money could have came a long ways for our people. Okay, $425 million. Okay, went to the homeless shelter to support illegal aliens to build a new shelter. And you know who supported that? Alan Sylvia, State Representative Cal Fiola, Senator Michael Rodrigues, and Senator Elizabeth Warren. They supported that. Wow. And they couldn't even they couldn't even take that money to support our homeless people with it, to give them places to live. And to put and help them with food and stuff, so they have a place to go and wash up. And they go and spend $425 million on a brand new shelter for the illegal aliens that's not even citizens of this country. Wow. What kind of government are we running here? Are we running charity here with the taxpayers' money? You people ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be. You ought to be ashamed. Governor Healy, Alan Sylvia, Michael Rodrigues, Carol Fiola, Senator Warren, you people ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be. Spending taxpayers' money and not even helping our people. That's a shame. And we work so hard for our money, even though it's part-time. We have part-time workers. We have full-time workers. We have people work all their lives to build this economy. And you people have the nerve to take $425 million to support the illegal aliens and building a shelter for their family, when that money could have helped our people out. And at the same time, building market rate housing, and creating more homeless problems. The rent's 2-bedroom for a studio, $2,000 a month. 3-bedroom, $1,300 a month. Sometimes $1,400 a month, $1,450 a month. And you guys are complaining? That's why I said, if you work it out with affordable housing, guess what? The population of the homeless would be gone. The people would be back in their apartments. Yes, they would be back in their apartments, and they would be paying cheaper rent. But no. Mayor Paul Coogan is always relying on market rate housing and driving the rents so high where people cannot afford to stay in their apartments. But I'm going to say this. Whoever's running for mayor against Mayor Paul Coogan, I hope that you are going to create affordable housing instead of market rate housing. So whoever is going to run for mayor. And the city councilors, I remember, because I talked to the homeless, they told me that they went down to the city councilors chamber. They pleaded to the city councilor, to the city council president, which would that be Joe Camara, and the city councilors themselves, that the homeless people needed help. And you know what they told? And you know what the homeless person told me? Oh, we're going to help you. Give us a week. And guess what? They did not. Okay? City councilors did not help out. And, I'm going to applaud Michelle Dion because she tries to help out. Okay? But, the rest of the city councilors, they go against her. And I noticed that. Even when I watch the city councilors, if you watch the city councilors, how much they go against her, okay? When she tries to help out the homeless, for real, and that's sad. And of all the people that I know, City Councilor Ponte, he's a real estate. He should be the guy. He should be the guy to step in and help out the homeless people. Okay. All right. He should be. You know what I'm saying he should be. He should be the guy to step in and help out the homeless people. Okay. He should. Okay. Because he's a real estate. He's a real estate broker. But I'm going to tell you, it's a shame. Okay, it's horrible, and these people, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Believe it or not, they should be, and I'm holding them all accountable for it. Every single one I'm holding accountable. They ought to be ashamed of themselves for what they're doing to the homeless people. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's sad. Here they are, homeless, sleeping in their bed, nice and warm, and not caring 2 cents about the homeless people and trying to help them out. $425 million that should have went to our people, not the illegal aliens. They're not citizens of this country. If they need help, let them go get aid off their own people. We're not charity here. Okay? We are not charity as we speak. It's unbelievable. You know, trying to help somebody, but help our people. Our people need the help. And I'm speaking for the homeless and the homeless veterans. Because you know what? I was homeless myself. Okay? A former homeless person. Okay? I know what it was like to sleep out in the backyard. I know what it was like to not have food from day to day. Knowing that what soup kitchen is going to be open. Okay? I know what it was like to be cold outside. Without a good bed to sleep in. That's why I advocate for the homeless. Because I know what it was like. Knowing when I was going to get my next meal. Knowing where I was going to go take a shower and change my clothes. Alan Sylvia, Cal Fiola, Michael Rodrigues, Senator Warren, and Governor Moore Healey, all yous ought to be ashamed of yourself. Passing that bill for the illegal aliens. So they can lay their head on a pillow when the homeless is looking for a place to lay their head and not knowing where their next shower is going to be or where their next meal is going to be. And Mayor Paul Coogan, you ought to be ashamed of yourself too. Okay? Not stepping in and helping out the homeless. And not caring nothing but in the world about our people. You shouldn't even be mayor of the city of Fall River. Okay? I thought you were better than that. I thought you would help out the homeless. I thought you would, dedicate to the people first. Get out there and talk to the people. Okay? Mayor Flanagan did it. All the mayors did it except for you, Coogan. So to get out there and say, hey, look, we're doing our best. We're trying to help out here. We're trying to do our best. We're trying to find places for you guys. At least let them know. instead of just letting them wait. I know this. I was homeless. I'm talking from experience. And it's pretty sad. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. All of them. I don't know how each and every one of them could sleep at night knowing that we have a homeless problem here in Fall River. These people don't know when they're going to get their next meal. They don't even know when they're going to take a shower. Some of these people have drug addiction problems. Some of these people have mental health problems. Some of these people come from broken homes. Parents getting a divorce from their mother, their husbands. Mothers divorcing, fathers divorcing their mother. These people don't know where to turn. And the only way they turn to government for help. These people we don't have enough counseling. We don't have enough psych doctors. We don't have enough. That's why they turn to government for help. But the government is turning their backs on our people. That's why the government is turning their backs on them. And, the government, Moore Healy don't want to help them. Moore Healy's more interested in helping the illegal aliens instead of helping our people. Okay? Why should she get another term in office if she's not helping our people? Why? She shouldn't even get another term in office. She shouldn't even be a candidate for governor. She should be ousted out of office. She should resign. These are all people that we're talking about. If the government can't speak up for them, we are all going to speak up for the homeless. So they can get a place to go. So they can get a meal and get a shower and get dressed up and try to go out there and look for a job. But most of them have mental illness. Most of them have drug addiction. I mean, come on. That's why they turn to government to help. Their fathers are divorced from their mothers. Parents are separated. They don't know where to go turn. So they turn to government. But I talked to one of them just the other week, and I said, look, I says, I'm going to advocate for you. I'm going to try my best to make government listen. Because they need to listen to the problem. They do. There's an issue, big problem. And the only one that's creating that problem, okay, and I don't care what anybody says, is Mayor Paul Coogan and Moore Healy and Senator Warren and Alan Sylvia, which is, I am surprised. that $425 million could have went to help our people. And no, it didn't. It went straight to the illegal aliens to build their family a shelter to go live in. And those people are not citizens of this country. It's horrible. Okay? It's horrible. Moore Healy, Alan Sylvia. I know I see Alan Sylvia a lot. Okay? I do. And you know, and I'm very surprised that he supported that bill. That $425 million. I'm very surprised. Michael Rodriguez, there's no surprise there. Carol Fiola, there ain't no surprise there. Governor Moore Healy, Elizabeth Warren, ain't no surprise. Because let me tell you something. If you saw the network that Elizabeth Warren got, wow. And you know something? I have a TikTok, okay? And I saw it on TikTok. And I'm going to play it because you want to know why? Because I feel like I want to. Because, and you know, Elizabeth Warren, okay, let me see here. Okay, hold on here. I think this is it right here. I'm not sure.
Has garnered controversy from commenters online. Commenters claim that no illegal immigrant should be housed in America and that they wish the government cared this much about homeless veterans. But what do you think about the situation? Do you agree with the commenters about the Massachusetts government? Comment your opinion down below. The Massachusetts government is now asking citizens to house and hide illegal migrant families from deportation.
Yeah.
If you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting bullshit. Safe housing and shelter. Asking the citizens to hide illegal aliens.
Yeah. Yeah. Asking the citizens to hide legal aliens. Wants us to put them up in our room. No, bull. It's not going to happen. Okay? No, it's not going to happen. We're not going to support and bring these people into our home. No, it's not going to happen. This is a shame. Yeah. Well, if you got room, at least no. No, but still, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, I am. Trust me. Oh, and Elizabeth, and wow, 12 million worth that Elizabeth Warren got. Look at this.
How did you get a $12 million net worth on a $200,000 salary in Congress? Politicians raking in millions on modest salaries. The average American is.
This is where our money's going.
Just to get by. What's really going on? Senator Elizabeth Warren and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi are under fire for amassing millions in wealth despite their government salaries. Warren, with an estimated $12 million net worth.
$12 million net worth.
While Pelosi, worth over $240 million.
And Pelosi's worth over 24
Critics call this deep corruption.
Million net worth.
But now, Elon Musk just made a major move. From the Oval Office, he announced that DOGE will launch an investigation into public officials with suspiciously high net worths. For the first time, politicians will be held to the same financial scrutiny as everyday Americans.
See that?
For decades, they've lined their pockets while Americans struggle with inflation, housing costs, and taxes. Now, Washington is panicking as DOGE begins digging through decades of financial records to expose potential corruption and shady dealings. Is this the transparency America has been waiting for? Or is it too little, too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to share this video.
How did you get a $12 million net worth on a $200,000 salary in Congress?
Politicians raking in millions on modest salaries.
I want to do this again.
American is working multiple jobs just to get by.
Huh?
What's really going on? Senator Elizabeth Warren and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi are under fire for amassing millions in wealth despite their government salaries. Warren, with an estimated $12 million net worth, earns $200,000 per year, while Pelosi, worth over $240 million, collects a $223,000 salary. Critics call this deep corruption, while others insist it's justified. But now, Elon Musk just made a major move. From the Oval Office, he announced that DOGE will launch an investigation into public officials with suspiciously high net worths. For the first time, politicians will be held to the same financial scrutiny as everyday Americans. For decades, they've lined their pockets while Americans struggle with inflation, housing costs, and taxes.
That's true.
Now, Washington is panicking as DOGE begins digging through decades of financial records to expose potential corruption and shady dealings. Is this the transparency America has been waiting for? Or is it too little, too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to share this video.
Wow. Holy mackerel. Whew, that's a lot. Ooh. Yeah. Well, that's where our money's going. Yeah. That's where our money's going. And you can't afford to, help. You can't afford to help our homeless people and veterans. Come on. Yeah. So, but you can afford to go spend $425 million on a brand new homeless shelter for the illegal aliens, right? For the illegal aliens. You have that, you can afford to do that, right? But you can't afford to help our citizens, our people out, the homeless people out here and all, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, your homeless people are, out there sleeping in the cold. Why the politicians are in their house sleeping in a nice warm blanket and a warm pillow and having a nice warm breakfast in the morning and lunch in the afternoon, right? And not caring in the world about what's going on with the homeless. Yeah. No, that's wrong. Your people ought to be ashamed of yourself. Okay. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And, and I don't know how Mayor Paul Coogan, Alan Sylvia, Michael Roderick, Senator Warren, Governor Moore Healey, and State Representative California. How do you people sleep at night? Okay, knowing that you people abandoned the homeless person, homeless people. Okay, you abandoned the homeless people just to go and spend $425 million on the illegal aliens. You ought to be proud of yourself. You ought to be proud of yourself. Spending all that money on the illegal aliens. Okay? Let me tell you something. That $425 million could have went a lot of ways to help the people, to help the homeless people and the homeless veterans. And and I just love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it how you guys march in the parade and we help the veterans. We do this for them. We put up walls for them with their names on it. Whippy-doo. Whippy-doo. Come on. Whippy-doo. You still have homeless veterans out in the street. Okay? You still have homeless people sleeping in doorways, sleeping in parks, sleeping on sidewalks. Okay? Wow. We still have all that going on. Why can't we protect our own people? Because you don't want to. Okay? You guys throw a big, huge line. Oh, we do this, but you take your photo op. Look at me. I'm a city councilor. Look at me. I'm a mayor of the city of Forest. Look what I do. You do nothing. You take photo ops. You take photo ops, especially Coogan, with his big corporate business, his big millionaires. His millionaires. Taking photo ops. Wow. That shows that you do a lot and you do nothing. Okay? And I'm talking to all the homeless people. And I even talking to other people too, all the registered voters. They said I don't. Coogan hasn't done nothing for the city. I says I know. Coogan has not done nothing for this city. Okay, he don't even go out and shake people's hands. He don't even go out and talk to the people and find out what is going on. Wow. And I've always thought that Coogan is going to be the best mayor. But guess what? You know something? He's on his way out the door. Not helping the homeless. I mean, come on. And he said no new crime goes on in the city of Fall River. Wow. No new crime at all. But there was a shooting on Rodman Street. Angie Spa got shot up over there. Bullet went hit the house and underneath the window. That was right after I took the bus at 740 Rodman Street. Bus went to the terminal. 8:30 this happened. Go on Forward Reporter and you see it. Okay? Go on Forward Reporter, you'll see it. It's horrible. Okay? It's a shame. And you know something? You people ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Okay? Ought to be. You guys, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because let me tell you something. This gives me another reason, okay, not to give politicians any money for their campaign. Okay? This is one of the reasons. Okay? You may take advantage of the elderly and tell them what they want to hear so you can get their donations. But let me tell you something. I'm going to let it all on the table right now. And I'm going to let the homeless know, okay, not to give any donations to any more politicians. Okay? Because you want to know why? Because politicians only tell you what you want to hear. Because they only want your donations and that's it. Okay? And your support. And then once they're in office, they forget all about you. Okay? That's how politicians work. But it makes it look bad on the ones that want to be politicians and the ones that want to run for mayor or city council. Because you want to know why? It makes it makes it look bad on the ones that want to run. Okay? Yeah, because politicians the ones that really want to help is the ones that get screwed all the time. Okay? I'll lay it out again. The elderly people, okay, you may pull fast ones off on them to get their donations. But let me tell you something. That gives me a reason not to donate to any politician. And I'm going to tell everyone out there, politicians only tell you what you want to hear. They make these promises, but when they get in office, then they give you the business. And they're afraid to face you later. It's like Mayor Paul Coogan and some of the city councilors that I know. They're afraid to face you later. Wow, gee, why did I make this promise for? Okay, why did I make this promise? And now, guess what? When they make a promise, they cannot back it up. Okay? That's why when I ran for city council in the past, I never made any promises, because you want to know why? Because I don't want it coming biting at me later. That's why I don't make promises. I tell you, look, I try my best, that's it. If I can get this passed, no problem. If I can get your sidewalk fixed, no problem. But I don't make promises. Okay? Your promises are only for liars. Only the ones that make promises and that cannot back their word up. Okay? And you know something? And a lot of times, people fall for that. They come up to you, oh, can you please sign my nomination papers? I would love to serve you. I want to do this for you. I want to do that. They make promises that they can't keep. So why do we need people in office, okay, that makes promises that they can't keep? It's sad. Coogan, Moore Healy, State Representative Alan Sylvia. I'm surprised of State Representative Alan Sylvia. I'm very surprised at him. Okay? I'm very surprised at him that he supported that bill. I'm very surprised, because any bill that goes through there, he thoroughly checks it first before he supports it. So I'm very surprised of that. Michael Rodrigues, Cal Fiola, Elizabeth Warren. These are the people that supported it. And that $425 million would have went a long ways helping our people with it. We don't care about the illegal aliens. Okay? We don't care. Nobody cares about them. Okay? They're not even citizens in this country, and they're giving $425 million of taxpayers' money. Why ain't we angry? Why? We should be. And this is why we hold these people accountable, politicians accountable. Because, you know why? Because they like to do things behind your back instead of in front of you. So that's how that goes. But what you need to know is, and the elderly needs to know, and I'm going to record this too, make sure it's on my Facebook wall. And what you need to know is that they only tell you what you want to hear. Okay? That's what they do. They tell you what you want to hear. And that's pretty sad when you have politicians telling you what you want to hear. just to get your donation. Okay, and that gives me a reason. That's why I don't give politicians any money, because you want to know why? Because that's all they do is lie, and then it makes it look bad for the ones that want to run. You know what I'm saying? When I ran for city councilor, they said, "Oh, look, there's another joker running for public office." No, I'm gonna let you know now that I'm not a joker. Okay, and I make no promises to anybody. If I can help you, I will. If I ran for city council, and said, "Hey, I'm not going to make any promises, but if I could help you, I would." You know what I'm saying? So, but these politicians, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. City councilors, except for Michelle Dion, mayor's office, governor's office, Healy and Driscoll, Michael Rodriguez, Califiola, Alan Sylvia, and I liked it, Alan Sylvia. I like him as a person. Okay, but I'm very surprised that he passed that 425 million. That he agreed to pass it, when that 425 million could have went to our people, the homeless veterans, the homeless people. That could have built affordable housing back. That money, that 425 million could have bought could have went to affordable housing to put these people back in their homes, so that way they could rest their heads, take a shower, eat a good meal. But no, oh no, they decided to give it to support the legal aliens with it. The legal aliens, the ones that are not citizens in this country. Unbelievable. You ought to be, all of you, man, ought to be ashamed of yourself. Every single one of you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Unbelievable. Well, I've always said this. There is time, okay, when people do need help. Okay, I go out there sometimes, even when I'm working. Okay, I bring clothes to the homeless. Okay, I bought a bunch of T-shirts. I bought a bunch of socks. My wife gave a coat one time 2 years ago. Okay, we give to the homeless because you want to know why? Because that's what we do. That's what my family does. And my family's been like that for decades. Even my mother, even my father when he was alive, my grandmother. They taught us they taught us how to give back to people when other people need it. Okay? They taught us how. Okay? And if everybody else done it, gave back, we would have a better world than we do now. When I'm out there working, I'm in that parking lot, I see what goes on. Okay? And it's a shame. Politicians, Michael Rodriguez, Cal Fiola, Elizabeth Warren, the delegation. All these should ought to be ashamed of yourself. Okay? Knowing what is going out there in the world, and you don't care about what's going on in the world. You only do care when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, can you please help me? I need can you spare $1 so I can get something to eat? Can you spare 50 cents?" What is so hard about giving 50 cents or $1? I do it. So or what is so hard of go to McDonald's or Burger King or go across the street to Tacos, okay, and buy them a meal, a $5 meal or a $3 meal, or whatever you can afford. Okay, give back to your community. That's what you're supposed to do. I've been brought up with that. Okay, I don't care who likes me. You got something to say, say it. You know, let me tell you something. I don't care. These people have health problems. These people have mental health problem, addiction problem. You don't have to give them the money, but you can go buy them a meal and show your appreciation instead of being stingy and calling them bums when they're not bums. So now you'll be calling me that because I was homeless. And you know something? But guess what? I went out there and got a job. I was different. I never knew what it was to panhandle on the street. They're not bums. They have addiction problems. They have mental issues. So if they're bums, so you're calling me it because I was homeless. Call me a bum. And watch what I tell you. But I went out there and I got a job. I went out there and got a job. And you know something? And when I got a job, I lived in New Bedford in a rooming house. And a landlord asked me and said to me, "Do you like the furniture?" I said, "Well, I don't care as long as I got a place to lay my head. I can take a shower. I can get a meal every day. That's all I'm looking for." Because I told landlord that I'm not going to stay. I told him that I'm going to go back to my city, and then I came back to my city and I gave back. Okay. Give to the homeless. Because if you have 2 jackets, 3 jackets, and he ain't got none and he's freezing, you give him one. So you know what? I don't care what you think. That's just my opinion. Because you know something? They're human people too. They want to be treated as a human people. So just because they're homeless, people treat them like assholes. "Oh, I ain't giving you no money. Oh, get away from me, you smell." Is that the way you treat people? If I ever saw somebody treating a homeless like that, believe me, you'll hear it from me, and you won't like what I'm going to say to you. I would say to you, what happens if you are homeless and I walk by you and you say, hey, sir, you got $1, you got $2 so I can get something to eat? And I say to you, oh, get away from me, you stink, you smell. Would you like it? No, I don't think you would. You'd probably be very angry at me. I mean, people need a helping hand. I volunteered in this community. My wife volunteered in this community. My son volunteered in this community. We helped out in soup kitchens. We helped out in food pantries. Okay? To work with people. People have mental health issues. They have mental health issues. They got problems. They got drug problem. Okay? And these people need help. Stop treating them like they're bums. Stop treating them like they're criminals. And they're not. I mean, maybe some, but stop treating start treating everybody like criminals. And start lending a hand and helping out. That make you a better person. Because if I ever saw, I don't care who you are, okay? If you ever called anybody a homeless, a bum, believe me, it's sad, okay? People don't deserve to be called bums. Some of them people can't get jobs. Some of them people are disabled. Some of them people have health problems. I talk to a lot of them. And they tell me, I have health problems. I can't get a job right now. I'm too busy looking for a place to stay. They're looking for a place to stay. They know that there's jobs opening. They know there is. But they need a place to stay. They need an address. They need food. They need to eat. They need to build their strength. They need to feel good about themselves. Stop saying that they're bums, because they're not. I don't care, what you think. You call them a bum, I'm going to say, hey, how about if you were homeless and I walk by you and you ask me for a buck? I say, hey, bum, stay away from me. You stink, you smell. How would you like that? Now, you wouldn't feel good about yourself, would you? Well, don't do it to them. Okay? They're human beings just like we are. Okay? So if we can help out, we help them out. You got a few bucks in your pocket, $5 you can spare. You can go get the meal for them. And say, they appreciate it. I gave them a bunch of clothes, t-shirts, socks. My wife gave a jacket out 2 years ago to a woman that was freezing. We do what we can to help. When it's cold out, people need a place to warm up. They don't have any other places to warm up. Treat them like human beings. I don't care how much money or what they have. Treat them like human beings. That they need to be treated like human beings. Treat them like you would treat your mother or your father. Wow. That's why the government, that's why they come to us, so that we can, advocate for them and help us. So that makes me a better person. That makes me a better person. If you were sleeping on the street or sleeping in the door, if you were sleeping on the street or in the doorway, I would say, hey, man, hey, what's up? I have you eaten? And you tell me no. I say, look, you know what? Come with me. We're going to McDonald's. We're going to go have something to eat. I will buy you a meal. And it wouldn't be a happy meal either. I buy you a whole French fries and hamburgers and a soft drink with a large one. Treat people how they want to be treated. People need to stop treating people badly, and stop treating the homeless like they're nobody when they're somebody. So that's all I have to say today. But you know something? I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope everyone does the right thing. Especially, I'm holding the government accountable, because they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They ought to be ashamed of themselves for what they do, for passing that $425 million for the illegal aliens. I don't know how they can sleep at night. Wow. Pretty awesome. Just text Sarah. Buddy. First hand, like Trump did right now, Dave. Thanks, Joshua. I appreciate that. Joshua, you're a good person. And there's a lot of addiction going on out there. And there's a lot of mental health going on out there. There's a lot of overdose going out there. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame. I'm thinking about it. It's a damn shame that the government has turned their backs. The city councilors, mayor's office turned their backs on the homeless people, knowing that they needed help firsthand. Honestly, I mean, it's a shame. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Okay? And I just don't know how these people get to sleep at night in their own beds, thinking that they just spent $425 million on a shelter for illegal aliens' families. Okay? I just don't know how. I mean, if I was a politician, how would I sleep at night if I passed a bill like that? I wouldn't. I'd be like, wow, why did I pass this bill for? When our people needed it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Of course not. But how? I just don't understand it. How do these politicians sleep at night? Knowing that they passed that kind of money to build a shelter for the immigration, for the illegal aliens. How can people sleep at night? Wow. I wish, I probably be like, wow, I got to help my people. You know what I'm saying? I got to help my people before I help these illegal aliens. I would help my people first. I would. And the homeless people, and you know what? this whole thing, the homeless people, they went down there and they pleaded for help. They pleaded for help. And the city councilors turned their backs on them, except for Michelle Dion. The mayor's office turned their backs. The mayor's office turned his back on them. And now 425 million went to illegal aliens for shelter for their family, when that 425 million could have helped our people and the homeless, and then some. We could have worked out a deal with affordable housing to put these people back in their homes so they can have a good night's sleep. Outstanding. But Joshua, I mean, I appreciate you watching, and and I know you ran for city council, and you did pretty good in the polls. I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at it, and you did pretty good in the polls. And sometimes people like us, politicians, when they make promises, to people, and they break them, and then when people like us go to run for public office, I mean, they think that we're just like them. You know what I'm saying? A joke. You know what I'm saying? And we're not. Okay. And but when we run, we go out there, we try to do the right thing, and we try not to make promises, because once you make the promises, the people are going to hold you to that. And if you go back on your promise and the next election comes up, you're going to be voted out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that. But what happens is that the elderly people, the elderly women, the elderly men, they they're so vulnerable to what the politicians tell them. You know what I'm saying? And tell them what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, you got my vote. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and not knowing that, the politicians are lying to them. You know what I'm saying? And just telling the elderly what the elderly want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And the elderly, they fall for that stuff. And which is not right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sad that they do. They promise them, oh, well, we're gonna have a dinner over next week. We're gonna have spaghetti and meatballs. Hey, oh, we're gonna have spaghetti and meatballs and stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, the elderly are so happy, and something, and they'll pay top dollar just to go down there to have that meatball and spaghetti. Okay, that meatball and spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? They'll pay top dollar for it. That's how the elderly is. Say the elderly, they fall for these things. You know what I'm saying? Where that they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? They should be like, wait a minute. Why am I paying $9 for a meatball dinner when I can just make my own for nothing? You know what I'm saying? And what, to sit there for 5-10 minutes and take photo ops and listen to what they have to have to say. You know what I'm saying? Tell you what you want to hear. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the elderly gets ripped off a lot. You know what I'm saying? And and again, you know what I'm saying? I ran in 2016 for city council. I've ran in other dates, and I mean, I've had some luck. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I mean, I've had some good ideas, but they didn't want to listen to my good ideas. They didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you can vote for me, but what about other people? You know what I'm saying? Other people saying that they could vote too. You know what I'm saying? As well. But and it's pretty sad. Uh, that politicians are like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get into office, they know where to be found. They know where to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Then when election comes out, they're back out doing the same thing again. You know what I'm saying? I know. I see it. I see it all the time. You know, Mayor Paul Coogan doesn't go out and shake hands with people. The only time he shakes hands with people, take photo ops, and have drinks with the people is because of election day, because he wants to vote. But if people have already caught on to that and said, "Look, I'm not voting for you no more because you know something, because you only come to me when you want my vote or when you want donations from me," and that stuff needs to stop. Okay, because once they get donations, you know, what they do is um, they take some of that money and they go on trips with it. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time with people's donation money. Well, I gotta go take a trip. I gotta go see my mom, or I gotta go to see somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or I got business to go to. That's what they do with the money anyway. Basically, so I mean that gives me a reason why that I don't give money to politicians, and I never in my life ever gave money to politicians. I never gave them anything. Okay, not even to Donald Trump, I never gave money to. You know what I'm saying? Not even to Paul Coogan, not even to any of the city councilors, and so because I know how politicians are. You know what I'm saying? Well, city politicians, local politicians, state. I know how they are. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of liars. You know what I'm saying? Because they only go to you when they want your vote or they want your donation. That's all they do. I mean, if anybody didn't figure that out right away, then there's something wrong with them upstairs. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't figure that out. But like I said, um, and I probably won't run for any office because I don't have a chance. Okay, I don't. I mean, I ran, I tried. You know what I'm saying? I put my family in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? I put my family in the middle of things. You know what I'm saying? Where no, that's. I would have to talk to my wife about it. You know what I'm saying? If she says no, it's no. You know what I'm saying? She's the boss, not me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already put my family through the ringer already. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna do it again. Um, unless she tells me that I could. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate you asking me to run. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But it's I rather hold politicians accountable. You know what I'm saying? Than uh, do. I'd rather hold politicians accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a talk show host than I am, a politician anyway. So I'd rather do this, and plus I got a $20 million robot. It's not well. I call it $20 million robot that's already hanging on my wall that I gotta put googly eyes on and a nose, and I can fix his mouth up, and hoping that somebody decides to like my robot and decides that they want to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So I still got a lot of fixing up to do. He's right there. He's sitting right there on top of the what do you call it there? So you see here. Yep, he's right there. So yep, he's right there. He's sitting right there, and I really like my robot. So but it's already 9:40, and I have to go. And but Joshua, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And for now on, I'm going to be on at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at 8 o'clock at night. Being instead of 6:30 because um, you know I missed two shows so far. I should have not happened to missed the shows, But if anybody wants to go down, come on live with me, download the StreamYard app, and come be a guest on my show. You know what I'm saying, and I'll be willing to talk about anything that you want me to talk about. So, but anyways, this is Dave Mead, Fall River Media News, and have a great night. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. It's not going to be 6:30 no more. Oh wait, I got to give the weather forecast out here. So let me see. Let me get full forecast out here. The forecast for let me see, tonight is 18. That was just 18th was yesterday. 30, 18, 32, 35, 16, 41, 24, 38, 33. Let's see here. We got snow coming again at 5 p.m. on what day it is. So we got some snow coming. 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Yeah, we got more snow coming. Let me see here. I'm going to take a picture of the weather and I'm going to post it up on my Facebook page. Hold on 1 second. And I'm going to let you guys take a shot at this because this is like crazy. Okay. All right. So yes, I just took a picture of the weather, and I'm gonna post it. And it looks like there is snow in the forecast, so I'm just letting you know. But anyways, take care, everyone. This is Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. I am switching the time to 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Wednesday night now, because sometimes at 6:30, I try to do it and I can't. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work for me, so I have to switch it. So it's going to be 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights now. So from now on, so take care, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great night, and I will speak to you again next week. Take care.